No way! Armored Evolution is coming to Sword and Shield! You guys remember those naive days? We were so young, so hopeful. It's always fun to speculate what the new battle gimmick is going to be in the newest generation, and we are going to do exactly that in today's adventure. With Generation 9 announced, it brings with it crazy amounts of theories and speculation. Whether that speculation be on the region's real-world counterpart, speculating which starter Ash Ketchum will have, or speculating the new legendaries. Today, I want to discuss what the new battle mechanic will be for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. In Kalos, we had Megas. Alola brought Z-moves, and Galar introduced Dynamaxing. So what will Generation 9 bring? Oftentimes, the speculation on what is to come stems from the Japanese logos of the new region. You can see the Mega Evolution symbol in XY, and a Z crystal in Sun and Moon. To follow this trend, we can look at the Scarlet and Violet Japanese logos and see if there is a hidden gem, so to speak. I wonder if there is anything we can see there that would suggest a new mechanic. Ah, yes, there it is. Obviously, I'm not going to say, we know for sure what the next gimmick is, based on a 3-minute trailer and a stone in a title, but we can discuss the possibilities that stem from said details. I am going to cover the main theories, including some of my own, and some from other great PokeTubers. We are going to discuss these today in order from least likely to most likely though, so stick around to the end to see the most likely and honestly coolest ones. First up, we have the return of Armored Evolution, which absolutely will not happen in this game. Armored Evolution only really came about from the hypothesizing that happened due to confusion surrounding the new Armored Mewtwo coming to Pokemon Go due to the remake of the first film. And also the leaks whose confusion can likely be attributed to the name for the DLC of Sword and Shield, the Isle of Armor. There is no real reason for this form to be a real thing, and if it was ever going to happen, a region based on the UK is definitely the most likely candidate. Coming up, we have Cosmic Forms, or Cosmic Moves. To explain where this theory came from, we need to go to the logos. These two logos definitely seem to have interesting patterns and textures in them. Scarlet could absolutely be representative of the sun and light, while Violet appears to have a pattern inside that strongly resembles stars and darkness. Not to mention the crystal in the Japanese logo looks like a cosmic symbol resembling a sun or a star, but we will discuss that more with a later gimmick idea in this video. Time will definitely tell if we will see forms or simply powerful moves based on cosmic themes like the logos possibly suggest. Because this video idea really made me stare at the trailer and stare at the names and logos of these games, it's given me the idea that possibly we might get a form based on the ultraviolet ray or the light spectrum. As you can see, Scarlet on one side and Violet on the other. However, I don't consider that a full theory because I don't really have anywhere to go with that yet. Maybe we'll do a video on that in the future when I hypothesize a bit more. Now, I feel a mob would form if I didn't cover this, so let's talk about Mega Evolution, and why it is likely not coming back. Now, I love Mega Evolution as much as the next guy, possibly more. It was a phenomenal mechanic, my favorite so far. But if it was going to happen again, they likely wouldn't introduce it at the same time as a different mechanic, such as whatever is hinted in the logo, and it likely isn't going to take precedence over this new game mechanic. They also definitely tried to distance themselves from Mega Evolution in Gen 7 by making the Dex entry sound like Pokemon torture methods. However, due to the fans' love of this gimmick, maybe it will come back. I, for one, would absolutely love it. But if you want Megas to come back, don't complain when you get Mega Charizard Z as the champion's ace in this region. Next up is Ancient Evolution. Yes, I am having to make these names up on the fly, why do you ask? Now, if we once again look at the logos for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, you will notice something pretty interesting. Both game titles are in dramatically different fonts. This is the first time that something like this has been done, and it likely alludes to some extreme variations from one game to the other. This has led to theories that the two different games each take place in a different time period, one past and one present, or the idea that there is time travel in the game, much like in Legends Arceus. Hence why we see a Hisuian Zoroark in a modern day region's trailer. If these theories hold true, we likely could see some form of evolution present in the game that allows the Pokemon to resemble a past or maybe even primal form of themselves. But of course, maybe it simply boils down to one game focuses on grapes and the other one on oranges, since there are so many clues in both past games and this trailer that these fruits are going to be important to the game. I have my own theory on what the grapes and oranges can mean, which I don't think are references to legendary Pokemon, but that is another video for another time. Quick side note again, while we are talking about food, why are there pumpkins in this trailer? I cannot stop thinking about these pumpkins. If you can make sense of it, please explain this to me in the comments. I don't get why there are pumpkins here. I've really stared at them for a long time. Please help me. Anywho, back to the topic at hand. Next is a theory that was suggested to me by the fantastic PokeTuber, Blitz. I have linked his channel in the description, so check it out. He's making great content and he himself is from Portugal, so his Gen 9 videos are going to be next level. The final gimmick idea is actually something we've seen before in the Pokemon franchise. This comes to us from the trading card game and is called Break Evolution. Break Evolution is a unique form of evolution that causes the Pokemon to become covered in gold and gives the Pokemon an HP boost, an additional attack, or an additional ability. I could easily see something like this happening in this region. As stated earlier, the gem seen in the logo is definitely reminiscent of a sun or a star. That radiant energy given by the gem could easily cause the Pokemon to undergo a radiant evolution and begin to glow gold and receive a stat boost along with a 5th move or activating a hidden ability. This would be a fun way to give the fanbase something similar to Mega Evolution with new forms and stat boost, while also offering new effects that keep the idea fresh. Given the design of the stone, I can easily see this being the route they go. Credit once again to my friend Blitz, who is making great content over at his channel, link in the description. Lastly, we have what I am calling Shift Evolutions. This one is absolutely my personal favorite and absolutely has nothing to do with the fact that I came up with it myself. We already know that type changing is not a new thing in Pokemon. Several Pokemon already have the means to do so. 3 main ones being Kecleon, Cinderace, and Greninja. We even got to see it in the TCG with Delta Species cards. Now in the Generation 9 reveal trailer, we get to see a gorgeous town, likely based on Lisbon in Portugal. Super sorry if I pronounced that incorrect. With a really cool and interesting mosaic pattern wheel in the center of town. If we look closer at this pattern, we can see it's not just colors, it features Pokemon types on them. This got me thinking. What if the Pokemon types are featured so prominently at the center of town because the gimmick of this region is the ability to change a Pokemon's type in battle whenever you choose? This would not only be an exciting way to mix things up for Pokemon, it would also be easily managed and well balanced, with very little possibility of game breaking as some people claimed Dynamax to be. I think it would strike a good balance of difficulty with needing to account for gym leaders and rival ace Pokemon changing types if they so choose, but also being easily managed as you can account for that with team and Pokemon variation. This shift evolution change would also be slightly different from Libero or Protean because it would be accompanied with form changes and ability changes. I don't believe the Pokemon could change into any type, but one type that is directly opposite to them on the wheel we see in this main town. Think of it like complementary colors on the color wheel. For example, grass becoming ice or fire becoming water. Imagine if Flannery's Torkoal suddenly became a water-type sea turtle shooting bubbles across the battlefield. Or if Norman's Slaking stood up on 2 legs and randomly became a fighting-type behemoth. It would add a fun level of difficulty to the battles and really change up the Pokemon formula in a good way in my opinion. I would love to discuss other theories for Generation 9, such as what the grapes or oranges really mean in the trailer, or go into more detail about my shift evolution idea, but that is a video we will have to save for the future. Lastly, we are going to cover the comment of the week. This week's comment is William the Birdwatcher. William offered an amazing theory on the Pokemon League in Generation 9, and I love his take on this idea. William's comment came from one of my community posts, and I love that type of engagement. So if you want to be Comment of the Week and receive a shout out in the videos, then subscribe and make sure to interact on the videos and my community posts. We are approaching 1,000 subs, and hitting that would mean a lot to me and be absolutely crazy. If you liked this video discussing Generation 9, then check out this one where we cover some of the key details I selected from the Pokemon Day reveal trailer. But that will do it for us this week. Make sure to tell me in the comments what you think the new gimmick will be. And I will catch you guys next time when the adventure continues.